Hey, I'm Vincent.
I'm Lisa.
And today we are talking all about property taxes. At least a little bit about property taxes. So we hope you all enjoyed the holidays. We celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we hope that you all enjoy whatever holiday it is that you celebrate with your family and friends.
Yeah, usually we're all shopping around the holidays. Some of us have some nice gift cards or some money to spend. And so I just want to highlight the makeup that I'm wearing today. If you're interested in picking that up, if you are someone who wears makeup, the makeup I'm wearing today is by Merit Beauty, which is a woman-owned company. They focus a lot on being environmentally friendly in their products as well as their packaging and all components of the company. Every first order by Merit Beauty, you get this free signature bag. And also, if your order is $40 or more, then it will ship for free, which is always great. I love free shipping. Today, I'm wearing their signature lip, and the color that I'm wearing is called Baby. This is what the case looks like. It's a beautiful case. It pops out nicely. It just makes you feel a little luxurious. This color is Baby. This is the signature lip, and I'm also wearing this is I would call it a concealer. Now they say it's a mix between a concealer and a foundation, but the color I have on is Camel, and this is really nice as well. The top of it pops open nicely. It's very smooth when you move it up and down, and you can see kind of the color that I'm wearing today. They have a wide variety of colors, many different shades, which is great. We always love things that are inclusive. And this concealer I use just under the eyes or on top of your bridge of your nose. However you use concealer, this goes on very smoothly, and I would definitely recommend picking this up. This is called the Minimalist, and as I said, it's a mix between a concealer and a foundation. So it's a really nice mix that they've come up with there. Check the link in the description to check out all of Merit Beauty's products. Remember, you get a free signature bag for your first order, and $40 and up ships for free.
The makeup looks amazing on her. I know absolutely nothing about makeup, but she's so beautiful, so it must be good. So let's jump into all of this property tax stuff. We are not, and I repeat, we are not going to get deep into property taxes and millage rates and all of that stuff. We're not going there. We're simply trying to save you all a couple $1,000s today. So we are going to talk solely about homestead exemptions. This is the time of year where your realtor or where your tax office is going to start reaching out to you, telling you that it is time for you to apply for your homestead exemption. If you are a first-time homeowner, this is your first home. If you just moved into your home, just built a home and you moved in sometime this year, then this video is for you. All right, so what is a homestead exemption? In the easiest way to explain it, it is a small discount on your property tax bill. When we are paying our mortgage every single month, a small portion of that mortgage payment goes into your escrow, and a part of what comes out of your escrow is your property taxes. Now, let me pause for a second and talk a little bit about this escrow thing. All right. So you have your mortgage, which is the principal, exactly how much you owe on the house, and then your interest, the interest that you're paying to the bank. That is part of your mortgage. And then you have your escrow. Your escrow includes things like your property taxes. It includes things like your mortgage insurance, your home insurance. All of that goes into an escrow account so that when it's time to pay that bill every year, the money is already sitting there, right? Okay, we got that part. One very, very, very important thing to know is that when you build a brand new house like we did, we built a new house from the ground up, your initial mortgage payment will not include all of the property taxes that you should be either paying into escrow or saving into a savings account. We recommend you pay it in escrow, all right? So let me repeat that again. When you first start paying your mortgage payment, more than likely, it does not include the full amount that you should be saving for your property tax bill. And the reason why is usually during the first year, the property tax is only for the land, right? So your mortgage is only collecting enough property taxes to pay the taxes for the land. It is not also collecting it for the house. And so what we recommend is that you talk to your loan officer during the approval process for you to get the house. You ask them how much extra you'll need to be paying into your escrow or a savings account. How much extra should you be saving for your total property tax bill? All right. Very important question to ask your loan officer because for us, it was quite a bit extra, right? We are paying hundreds extra into our escrow every single month to make sure that we covered all of what we needed for property taxes. Now, if you don't do that, you are going to end up with this extremely high bill, while at the same time, your mortgage is going to increase, right? And so you're going to have an significant increase in your mortgage, and you're going to have this really high property tax bill that you're going to have to start paying at the same time, right? And so to avoid that surprise, just start saving it from the very beginning. That way you're taken care of. Now, one of the things that happened to us, and it was funny because it was right around Lisa's birthday, we got this really nice refund check. Right? It was a surprise. We got this huge refund check in the mail, but we were expecting it because we were prepared. And so we got this really large refund check from our mortgage lender. And we knew that the first thing we needed to do was put that money right back into our escrow account. The reason why they refunded it is because the mortgage lender, again, they were only calculating for just the land. So we had a lot more money in there than what they expected that we would have needed to pay the property taxes. And so we knew that when the bill actually came in, it was going to be for the land and the house. Yeah. And so we knew that we need to take that refund check, put it back into the escrow account. And it was how many days later? It was like 3 days later,
yeah,
I think.
It was pretty quick.
3 days later, they took all that money out to pay the property tax bill. And so you don't want a surprise huge bill on your first year anniversary of being in a house. Just go ahead and start saving that money in advance.
Yeah.
All right. So earlier I told you what homestead exemption is, right? It's just a discount on your property tax bill. Everybody gets it that is living, everybody whose primary residence gets this homestead exemption. So if you have like 5 of the houses that are investment properties, you don't get this. But if the house is your primary residence, then you get this homestead exemption. Now we're going to walk through some stuff that is very specific to the county that we live in, right? This homestead exemption process is very specific to the county that you live in, right? It is different everywhere, right? And so what I recommend is that when you are trying to figure out the process in your area, you go on Google, you type in homestead exemption, your county name, right? So homestead exemption Sunshine County, right? It's very specific to your local area. And so you want to do the research for your area. All right. So for our area, the homestead exemption process requires that you be living in the house by January 1st of the tax year, right? So for us, we moved into our house in September of 2021. Wow. September 2021. We could not apply for a homestead exemption until January 1st, 2022, right? And so if you moved into your house anytime during 2022, at least in our county, you can begin to apply for homestead exemption January 1st, 2023, right? Another thing about our county is we have a small window. It's not really small, but we have a window of time where you can actually apply for homestead exemption. So for us, it is between January 1st and April 1st that you can apply for homestead exemption. Now, I've heard some other places, as soon as you close on the house, you can go and apply for homestead exemption. Great. But in our county, between January 1st and April 1st is when you can apply for homestead exemption in order for it to make it on that year's tax bill, right? Now, if you apply April 2nd, then it might end up on next year's tax bill and not this year's tax bill. So January 1st to April 1st is in our county. Again, look up what it is in your county. Now, regular homestead exemption, again, applies to anyone who's living in their primary residence. But there are some other homestead exemptions that folks can apply for depending on your individual circumstances. So,
yeah, and we do want to emphasize again, this varies by county. So this is what is applicable to the county that we live in, but please do your research for your county. So in our area, there are a few other exemptions that folks can qualify for. One is the 65 years of age fixed income, veterans under 62 being age 62 to 64, 65 and up, 65 and up and having a disability, veterans who are 62 to 64, veterans who are 65 and older, anyone living with a disability. Also, if you are a surviving spouse of the armed forces killed in action under 65, or if you're 65 and older, armed forces killed in action, and also surviving spouses of officers or firefighters who were killed in the line of duty. So there are several additional exemptions in our area, but it could be different or there could be more depending on your area.
Yeah, we really appreciate the ones for veterans and spouses of veterans or officers or first responders. Makes perfect sense that we make sure we take care of those who have served our country and serve our local communities. In addition to that, the ones for 65 and up, I was like, why do they get a discount, right? And I did some reading, and a lot of it is based around the schools, right? It's more than likely a chance that they don't have any kids in school and probably won't have any more in school for the remainder of their life. And so it makes sense that they get a discount on some of those school taxes. Because these taxes, they add up, folks. I have never paid a bill this high other than the down payment on this house for that is a yearly bill. It's pretty high, but when one of the great things about our community, I recently went through what's called the Citizens Academy in our community, and they talked a lot about how the city runs and operates and all the taxes that they collect and where that money goes. And it was really helpful to see how much work the folks in public works put in, for example. They're the ones who take care of our streets and our roads, and they're the ones who are called in the middle of the night when a tree comes down. But you also have our first responders, and we have all the folks who are serving in what were some other ones? Folks who are serving in a variety of capacities within the city. Parks and recreations, for example, that was a really good one. You have your police department and your fire department, all of these different city services that are provided that they literally cannot provide if they don't collect the taxes to make all that happen. And so, like I said, when we were in the process of purchasing our house, we looked at, how much are the property taxes in the different counties in our area. And I think this one is probably one of the higher ones, unfortunately. But we are definitely getting our money's worth. And so to save yourself a little bit of money, make sure you apply for that homestead exemption. It is an easy application. I think all we had to give was our driver's license and vehicle registration so that they could confirm that you are actually living at the house you claim to be living at. And that was it. once you apply for it one time, you are good to go. You don't have to do it every single year unless your circumstances change and you qualify for a new exemption. But after you apply for the first time, you should be good to go. Again, a friendly reminder, look up your specific homestead exemption rules and processes for your community, your county, right? That is extremely important because they are different every single place. And so yeah,
it varies. Well, we hope that you are able to learn something from what we've covered today about property taxes, homestead exemptions. We love getting questions from you, and we'll do our best to respond in the best way that we can, always with the caveat that it varies by the area that you live in.
And we are not tax professionals, but we do know that we save some money by filing for homestead exemption.
Yeah, so just to get a handle on a general high-level view of what you need to do and to have some support in knowing what all of this actually means when you get started as a new homeowner, we're definitely here to support you with that, answering your questions and comments that you leave us below. Thank you again for joining us for another video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.
Peace.